Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the videos. This is part 2 of the nutrition series. This is something that is really important that I find as a teacher and as a member of society. This is something I'm extremely passionate about, and this is actually a lot about sugar. And sugar is one of the main reasons I believe with our obesity problem and a lot of the problems that we have with our performance and things like that and how our body functions is sugar. And the main thing I want to talk to you about today is a condition called hyperinsulinemia. And so what insulin is it's the hormone that regulates blood sugar, if you know anything about diabetes and things like that. And the problem is we have hyperinsulinemia, hyper meaning over or less than. And so hyperinsulinemia is a chronically elevated level of insulin. So on a normal day-to-day basis, a person who has this condition has a higher level of insulin than they really should. And that's not a good deal because it causes a lot of other problems, one of the main things being metabolic syndrome. And what we see in metabolic syndrome is high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and obesity. So some of the main problems we have with our society as a whole right now is that. It also affects a lot of things as far as our ability to recover as athletes, our immune system, our ability to fight off disease. All of those things are really affected by this that's going on here. So how does this work? If we have got another chart here again, if we take a look at this, and let's just say that this pink one right here, that is my level of blood sugar, and this brown one right here, that is my level of insulin, blood sugar and insulin. And let's just say for now that this brown dotted line is the normal amount of insulin in somebody's body. So if I run out and I get myself a can of Mountain Dew or a High C or whatever it is, something that's very high in sugar, something with corn syrup in it, what's going to happen is as soon as I drink that, my blood sugar is going to go up. It's that sugar rush, that sugar high. If you have kids, you know exactly what that is. And what's going to happen is immediately after that, my body's going to start to produce insulin. And so I'm going to have an insulin response, a hormonal response to that food. And as I get more insulin into my blood, it's going to start storing that extra energy as fat, because that's what our body stores energy as. And it's actually much easier for our body to store extra sugar as fat than it is for our body to store fat as fat, because we have to go through a whole different way to metabolize fat. And so my body starts packing away all of that blood sugar, and eventually that insulin's going to do its job, and my blood sugar is going to come right back down to a normal level. But what's going to happen is, because my insulin level is still up, I've got this point now where I have more insulin than I have blood sugar, and that's that sugar hangover, that sugar low that I'm going to go through. So if I'm a normal person that's got a normal working system, that's going to go right back to normal. It's going to be fine. But the problem is, especially with kids or us as adults, when we eat sugar, it makes us more hungry because of that level of insulin that's up there. Before I get to this point where I go back to normal, I'm going to have another can of pop, or I'm going to have something else, and that's going to bring that blood sugar back up, which means my insulin's going to come back up. Okay, and then I repeat that pattern over and over again, like this. And now my hormonal levels, my insulin levels, is way up here as compared to down there. And that's a real problem because it increases the acidity in my body. It makes my cells less likely to get rid of the stored energy that I already have. So if I do have some body fat that I want to get rid of, that's going to make that more difficult to do. So an increased level of insulin, which again is our storage hormone, is a real problem if losing weight or using stored energy is something that you're going to want to do, because that sugar that's in our blood system, our body's going to use that first. So how can we combat this? One, we can stop eating quite so much sugar, and that's difficult. I know that's a difficult thing to do. It stimulates the same parts of our brain that drugs do. So sugar is something we can definitely be addicted to. But the good news is there's another hormone. And that hormone's name is glucagon, and that is our fat mobilization hormone, or energy mobilization hormone. So when our body needs extra energy and it's going to pull it out of our fat cells, because that's where we store our energy, it's going to release this hormone called glucagon. And that tells our body that I need some more of that energy in order to continue to go. And one of the key ways that glucagon is released is through high intensity exercise. And what do? That exact same thing. So when you see people getting results from these 5-10 minute workouts, it's because of this. Spending an hour on the treadmill or an hour on the elliptical, it does not release glucagon. Yes, you're burning calories, but you're not getting a hormonal response. So the high intensity workouts, that's the key for that hormonal response. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back. So today we are going to go over kettlebell swings, clean high pulls, box jumps, and box step-ups, right? Anything else we're missing? No. All right. Kettlebell swings. Awesome exercise. Kettlebells, cast iron, steel, cast iron, basically together. Ranges from basically 9 pounds up to 70 pounds is the weight that it goes. With the kettlebell swings, I'm going to talk about 2 key things. Midline stability, head keeping it neutral. 2 key things. Active shoulders. Shoulders are going to be back and down. John is going to go ahead. I'm going to actually have him have a little bit wider stance. The only reason for the wider stance is because the kettlebell is actually going to come from in between our legs, and we're going to do hip extension to get the kettlebell to propel up above our head, and it's going to stop above our head. John's going to go ahead and grab the kettlebell. So when you grab the kettlebell, it's going to be a full grip around, no 2-finger grip, no one pinky's hanging out. It's going to be full grip around the kettlebell right through there. Shoulders are going to be back. When he comes down to the bottom part of his kettlebell swings, it's going to be a quarter of a squat. I don't need a full squat, half squat, anything like that, because that actually takes away from the movement. Kettlebell swings are quick, they're powerful. Sometimes you can do a few minor swings to get the kettlebell moving a little bit. But what we're looking for is keeping your head neutral, little minor swings through here. Look at his hip extension right through here. So that's what we're looking for. That is actually what moves the kettlebell. It is not an arm movement. We see people starting here and just kind of coming from here, standing up straight, and then lifting the kettlebell up like that. You might be able to do about 5 in a workout. We don't do 5 in a workout sometimes. So he's going to start getting a nice good swing through here. Pop the hips, pop the hips. Arms are going to be straight, and as he violently extends his hips, kettlebell starts propelling higher and higher. During this entire movement, his head is focused neutral, his shoulders are back, midline is neutral, and it's braced, if you can see there. Another key thing to remember is that when you end the kettlebell swing, the bell is upside down. Stop at the top. He ends with the bell upside down. Active shoulders up through here. So this is where that active engagement, active shoulders are coming into play. He's back through here. Head is popped through. Top of the lift through here, instead of just letting the kettlebell fall down, we actually engage our core a little bit more, and we bring our core down to propel that ball, the kettlebell down to in between our legs. And right back up. So on the swing down, I know this is a common thing. People are probably a little afraid of having the kettlebell come down in between their legs, probably more for men. What actually happens is that your forearms actually hit the side of your thighs right here. So literally, everything is missed between men and women, I guess, if I can actually say that. You can talk about the story being missed. But you have to be able to stop the kettlebell. If you let the kettlebell come all the way through the bottom of your legs without your forearms hitting, it looks like this. Come all the way down. Notice how that shift happens through here. You're actually, instead of doing it more of a quarter squat, you're doing more of a half to a full squat. A lot more energy is wasted doing that. So think about forearms hitting here, pop the hips, kettlebell ends right up there. Common faults we see, full squats, squatting down too low, the rounding of the shoulders, things like that. Another common fault that I see is people coming up on their toes. When you start lifting RX weight, 35, 53, 70-pound kettlebells, if you come up on your toes, that thing is going to start shifting you forward. So literally think about driving through your heels, through your hamstrings, all the way through your glutes, keeping the shoulders back and active. Awesome, great job.
Fantastic.
Yay! Clean high pulls. We do clean high pulls in WODs. a lot of times for just skill work in general. It's the second pole for obviously the power clean. We could do sometimes snatch high pulls too, but that's just a different hand position. So what John's going to do, he's going to start in the same position we did with med ball cleans or even power cleans with the PVC or barbell. Knees are going to be bent, his chest is going to be back, active shoulders through here. So what we're looking for is just that transition from the knees bent, upright torso, up on our toes, elbows high and outside. That is the high pull. The goal with this is to be able to get the barbell PVC as high as you can, depending on how much weight you're lifting. So if he's lifting PVC, he's getting the PVC up here by basically his neck or his collarbone. If he was high pulling 135 pounds, the PVC or the barbell would be coming basically there. So it's an awesome skill. It works on speed. It works on keeping the PVC barbell close to your body.
That hip extension, yep.
And the hip extension. So that's just your high pull. It's skill work. It's reinforcing movement patterns. It's just starting from here, keeping the PVC here, up, driving those elbows high and outside.
And it's a full body movement, so it's
Yes.
really metabolic. It's very,
actually, yes.
it'll wear you out.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to talk a little bit about box jumps. Many of you might be a little bit nervous about box jumps, and I'm going to have Darcy demonstrate here. We're going to start you on box jumps wherever you're at. So if you're really nervous about jumping on anything, we might jump onto a plate. We might jump onto just over a line, so don't be worried about box jumps. Our main goal is to make sure that you do not have a box jump casualty during the workout. It's not allowed. In fact, it's on the wall, written up there somewhere. No box jump casualties, at least while John's coaching. So let's slide this back just a little bit. So the setup for a box jump is going to be a jumper stance. That makes a lot of sense. So we're going to do a 2-foot takeoff with a box jump. Darcy's going to be going through that motion. She's going to go back again, almost like that quarter squat. And this is going to be a lot like the kettlebell swing with that hip extension. That's where our power to get off the ground is going to come from. So she's going to draw her hips back. She's going to bring her arms here. She's going to throw her arms up, which is going to increase the momentum, that forward traveling up. She's going to extend her hips and come on up. Now, we've talked about dropping under the ball in the med ball clean. This is similar. This is what we're focusing on, is having quick hips. So again, this is a great thing for your Olympic lifts, is transitioning those hips. So the idea is not to get my torso as high as I can. So if I'm doing a 36-inch box jump, there's no way I can get my torso up 36 inches to clear that. So what I have to do is have really, really fast hips. So what she's going to do is when she jumps, she's going to drive her knees up as high and as fast as she can, and then land in the bottom of her squat. So like an air squat, that's what we're looking to land at. Now this is 10 inches. Dad, we should have a box about this high for Darcy so she can get up there, but we're going to demonstrate as best we can. So she's going to go ahead and take her hips back. She's going to jump with both feet, and she's going to land in the bottom of her air squat. So she's going to pretend that this box is a little bit higher and see if she can just, by just moving just a little bit and having that quick hip turnover and land in the bottom of her squat. So when you're ready, okay, and then she's at the top, we're gonna get full hip extension. So you can see her hips fully extend at the top. Sometimes we see folks that do box jumps without extension because they wanna go fast. So go ahead and give us one that she's gonna step back down. That's a no rep, we don't count those.
Plus you fall on the box.
So yeah, so we want to make sure that those hips come to full extension. So when she drives her knees up, you're going to see that she's going to clear the box by a lot. So go ahead and drive your knees way up. Okay, she cleared the box by a ton because of that. And that's, if you ever see our slow motion pictures of the box jumpers, we're generally clearing the box by 6 inches, which is good. We like that a lot. So that's the box jump. Now, if you can't do box jumps, we're going to start you off with a box step up because we do those as a regular movement, and then folks that aren't quite ready for just a box jump are going to do a box step up. So when we step onto the box, we want you to make sure that we do that similar to the way we squat. So what I don't want to do is get this knee way over the hip again to step up. That's going to be a bad position. It's going to give us some knee pain over time. So she wants to keep that knee vertical, or that shin vertical, and that knee on the outside edge of her foot. So let's actually have you step around here real quick. So a good knee position, so go ahead and put one foot on there. is going to be here. You can see she's outside over the edge. And now from here, what she's going to do is she's going to transfer her weight over the heel of that foot. So she's going to rotate her torso through, and now she's got her weight there. Now she can drive that heel into the floor and step all the way up. Good, into that position. And then she's also, again, going to have that full hip extension. She can either step down with the same foot or the opposite foot, and then we're going to alternate legs. Depending on the workout, maybe you're going to do 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. But that's a good step up. That's the type of form we should be using when we're going up and down stairs, is getting our weight over that midfoot, not trying to reach and pull ourselves up with that quad or with that knee. So, fantastic. Good job.